Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well. I myself am feeling fantastic, and I'm ready to finish off Part B of our 2010 Cayley contest, and that means looking at question 20. What is the largest positive integer n that satisfies n to the 200 is less than 3 to the 500? Okay. Largest positive integer n. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do to manipulate this inequality here. Don't have enough space. Let's flip the page here. But we've got n to the 200 needs to be less than 3 to the 500. And I can already think of a few integers that'll work. 2 will work, 3. I'm pretty sure 4 will work. But will 5 work? I'm not entirely sure. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to 200th root both sides. That way I'll just have n all by himself. Okay. Square rooting, cube rooting doesn't change inequalities here. And we get n all by itself. And then we have the 200th root of 3 to the 500. Now, you might be more familiar with, and this is a question sort of, I'd say it goes quickly if you can more easily do exponents and are more comfortable by knowing things like, well, square root is really the same as saying to the power of 1/2. Or 200th root is saying to the power of 1 over 200. Because then I get 500 over 200 here. The 100 parts cancel out, and I get 3 to the 5 over 2. And that's the same as saying the square root of 3 to the 5. And that's the square root of 243. And so, I haven't grabbed my calculator at all here, but what's the biggest square less than 243? Well, I start thinking of squares. 225 is 15 squared. What's the next one? 16 squared, but that would be 256, and that's too big. So the biggest integer n can be, well, positive integer, n would have to be 15. Now, this isn't the only way to go about the question. If you've got your calculator handy, I've got mine handy, you can do things like 3 to the power of 500. I don't know if my calculator will even do that. Oh, overflow error. Okay. But you can do things like 3 to the power of 5 over 2, which is 2.5. And if you have a better calculator, you'll be able to do 3 to the 500. And then my calculator has an xth root button, so I can do a 200th root of something. I could do, if I had a better calculator, I could do 3 to the 500 and then 200th root that if I've got the button for it. Incidentally, 3 to the 5 halves, or 3 to the 2.5, is 15.5888. 58845, doesn't really matter. The biggest integer, positive integer less than or equal to that is, in fact, 15. Okay, is there any other? I'm just going to see. Maybe I can switch the operations, do the 200th root of 3, and then raise that to the power of 500. Maybe my calculator will like that. Let's see. I rarely use this button. 200th root of 3. 1.0. 0.055. Now let's raise that to the power of 500. What do you know? I get 15.588. Things I didn't know my calculator could do because I don't use the functions on here that often. But yeah, what we could do is we can absolutely swap these sorts of things. So if I have the nth root of k to the m, that is the same as the nth root of k all to the power m. So being able to sort of play around with exponents is all this question is about. Now, 15, where is 15 in our possible answers? Right in the middle, it's C. Excuse me. And there we go. That finishes off Part B. Up next will be question number 21. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you for 21 next time.